What's going on, guys? I'm Fuller with Custom Offsets TV on the YouTube. We got Jared back for another episode of This or That. So Keaton's going to ask us the questions that you asked, and we're going to answer them.
Powder-coated everything or custom wrap job?
I think I would actually lean towards a custom wrap. I think you get a much more unique looking vehicle if you have one of these full off custom printed wraps. And I'm not talking just like wrapping your vehicle a solid color. I'm talking about like doing one of the full printed ones. And you can really do crazy stuff because a lot of people do powder. I shouldn't say a lot. Enough people do powder. But I think a wrap that's custom and crazy printed would be more, it would stand out more than just powder.
But if you have a custom crazy printed wrap, wouldn't you also want suspension to match whatever the colored theme is?
Maybe your main color is black, Jared.
So you're doing a custom black wrap? I would go with completely powder coated, I think. Like if you have a vehicle that's got a good paint job and it's like newer or whatever and it's got like one of those cool colors that you get already, to do a like custom powder coat color too, just kind of would like wrap it all together. See what I did there?
I just want to do a new vehicle with a custom patina wrap, which I know people probably don't like, but I think it's cool.
That'd be sick.
First gen Dodge or fifth gen Ram?
Fifth gen Ram.
First gen Dodge.
Really?
Those are
I
cool.
like the new
There's
gens.
Mopar Daryl has one that's on like full air ride with like 16 wides and stuff like that, and the thing is sick.
Okay, yeah, then I could see that. Yeah, I didn't know anybody who had a really sweet one, so didn't have a lot to go off of there.
I think he's the only one.
Oh, I just know that I really like the new ones.
You get hired as a truck designer for a new truck manufacturer. Explain the type of truck you will be making.
Well, first off, I can tell you that it'll probably be electric, because I think that's going to be something that we're going to see here in the next couple of years that might take off more than what people are anticipating. I actually saw a post today in one of the truck owners' Facebook pages about how like having an electric F250 or F350 would be pretty sweet, considering they're going to have more torque, better acceleration. You don't have to deal with filling it up all the time because you can just plug it in at your house overnight. You know, if you're not one of those like over-the-road haulers, if you're just a guy that occasionally needs to tow a large boat or a large trailer or something like that, and you own a 250 or 350, if you had an electric version, you wouldn't hardly spend any money during the week driving to and from work, and then you'd still have something that would be capable to tow on the weekends.
I was going to say electric vehicle, but I think what I would have to do to change it up, so I'm not saying the same thing as you, is I'd have to take it a step back so it's not quite so far in the future and go with a hybrid then. So I would do a diesel hybrid turbocharged so that you're able to like make some decent power or pull a bunch and do stuff with it, but then it's also electric. Kind of like the BMW i8s have, where it all just completely like, as you're braking, it uses that energy and all of that stuff and just keeps cycling the battery. So that you're putting diesel in and you're getting 1,000 miles to a charge or a tank or whatever it is, you know, type of thing. But the combo I think would be pretty cool.
As far as like style wise, I don't really know what I would change because I'm really pretty happy with most trucks that come out nowadays. I would make the wheel wells larger to fit bigger wheels and tires. That's about it.
That's a good one. What about just designing what everyone wants the new Ford Bronco to look like instead of what we're maybe getting? Because no one still knows.
That's a good point. Like, why do they come up with all these really cool concepts and then they never make them?
Exactly.
One high-quality set of tires for all year or two cheaper sets of tires for winter and summer?
Honestly, I think two cheaper sets would get you further than having one nice set of all seasons. So, like, especially here in Wisconsin, you really do need a true winter tire, at least I think, unless you go with something like a Duratrack or Falcon Wild Peak that's really good in the snow also. But in general, like the winter tires I put on my car this year were $83 a piece, just regular price. Like that's what I would consider a cheap tire. But I now have summer tires and winter tires, and I think you're better off with cheap versions of each than having one expensive all season, because all seasons just are really no seasons.
Yeah, like you said about the Duratrack, that's exactly what I went with when I had my two-wheel drive F-150, because obviously I didn't have four-wheel drive in the winter, so I went with that tire for a reason. And sure, it was more expensive, but I only had one set of tires, and I could run my cool wheels all year round, have a good set of tires, and not worry about going back and forth. So
Yeah,
I think
it's
either
definitely
option's
different.
good as long as you go with a good tire to begin with.
Yeah, it's different in the truck world too. Like in the car world, people switch out wheels and tires all the time. In the truck world, you don't really want to be doing that, nor do people typically do that. You know, especially if you spend a couple $1,000s on like some big, 22 by 12s or something, you don't want to have to spend, still another $1,000 on just more wheels, and then you got to spend $1,000 more to get tires for them. And it's like if you had one good setup that you could run all year round. In the truck world, that'd probably be best.
Or people take their stockers too. They'll take their stockers and throw some decent like winter tires on there, so they sure have their expensive. And I know this isn't the question anymore, but they have their nice, good-looking, expensive summer setup with their 12, 14 wides and their mud tires, their street tires, and then they've got their stock wheels with some Duratrax on them or whatever for winter. Then
Murdered out or Whiteout?
Murdered.
Yeah, if Sean was in here, he'd say Whiteout because every single
course.
one of his vehicles is white on white.
That's all he knows. White Tacoma, white Super Duty, white...
Don't you have all white vehicles?
Oh, crap.
I, on the other hand, own all black, so I'm good.
Hey, I have one white car, one black car, and one white truck. So we got a reverse Oreo over here.
Whoa.
For a new SEMA truck, would you rather build an OBS truck or a 2020 brand new truck?
I feel like there's so much confusion here as to SEMA because every once in a while, yes, you do see some really cool old stuff there, but primarily SEMA, the purpose of it is to debut new stuff for new vehicles. So I would build a 2020 or a 2021 next year. I'd always build the newest thing because that's how you're going to be able to get different sponsors on board from different companies to give you some of the new products that they want to showcase. Because people have been making stuff for OBS trucks for 20 years, so there's not really a whole lot that's changing or going on there.
See, I would say the exact opposite because of what you said. So there in the TIS booth, they had a OBS Power Stroke extended cab long bed, all white, like 30-inch wheels, 30 by 16s or something like that. The thing was just immaculate, and because it was in a wheel booth, you can get away with that.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Yep, that's the one time I think you can get away with it because you're showing off new wheels, you're debuting new wheels, which wheels can go on any vehicle, but having that OBS, that older vehicle, kind of stands out against everything else because it's all brand new Super Duties is like 60% of the trucks you see out there. And having something that's old just kind of sticks out, but you've got the brand new wheels on it, so you're still showing off the new product. And then obviously there's like the aftermarket tailgates and all this other stuff that they're rocking too.
Yeah, I think it comes down to like people have to understand that. So if that OBS truck is running those brand new wheels, he may have got those wheels for free or at a sweet deal, but then the rest of that build comes out of your pocket. You don't get the wheel company to pay for your whole truck. It just doesn't work like that, unfortunately. A lot of people think it does, but it really doesn't. So it all depends on what your budget is and the platform you have to start with. Because I agree, after you brought that up, I remember that white OBS Ford was absolutely insane.
Bonus question.
Oh boy.
Would you rather take no fall damage or have infinite sprint?
What is this? Is it some video game thing?
I don't know, but I would take infinite sprint. I don't feel like I fall enough to need no fall damage.
Is this from like a specific game? I don't know what this is from.
Just in general, I think.
Like, okay, well then, infinite sprint. Is this in real life or in video games too? Either way, I just want to run.
Yeah, I feel like if it's real life, I would take infinite sprint. If I'm playing Fortnite, I feel like fall damage because I like to jump off things a lot on accident.
I've never played Fortnite. Sorry, I can't answer this question.
All right, guys, so if you guys want to see me and Fuller play Fortnite, leave a comment below. Otherwise, like, share, and subscribe. And check us out, Wheels, Tires, and Suspension, CustomOffsets.com.
That was a great outro.
Got him.